I put my heart in every song. Maybe one day I will make it home. This one my niggas that's dead and gone. I ride for my brother, we breaking bones, yeah. Big back would take pain away. I ride with the nah, shit ain't the same. We got to that bag, they hate the chase. Wish he took the safe away. Streets was call my name today, man. I just wanna get paid today. I pop this perk and fade away. You here with me and came to stay. Got some kills who toting big glocks. Test ain't let no big shots. I can't go, I need that wristwatch. Love no hoe, just like that big guap. Bro gon' blow, he ain't no bitch now. No rap, he ain't no snitch now. No cap, he knew them bricks out. Run from move, he pour that blick out. My mom need it.
Everybody, it's Gianna and I'm coming back with another video. If you're new to my channel, basically what I do is I translate a message for spirit. Basically I see, hear, and feel, experience, whatever you would like to say, but it's what I experience and I just share it with you guys. Really just translating messages. I see the word she understands me. I'm gonna keep that private thought in my head, but translating messages to how they basically seeing words and trying to put together. It's funny because I see another vision about someone commenting about the puzzle pieces, and I was gonna say that, but I might as well just bring up what I saw. But putting together the puzzle pieces, you know, I didn't over explain myself, got lost trying to explain myself. Don't know how much of that I want to cut out anyway, but yeah, I know I haven't posted a video in a minute, but it's like so many things was happening back to back, like my business, really just working on my business, being tired, having things happen in life, you know. Then your menstrual comes around and then you're like, it does take a lot of time. I think I took about an hour doing this reading, and then I thought I might as well make the video right afterwards. I have these such raw emotions and I thought it was better to make the video now. This reading came about because on the most recent video I did, I know someone commented her name before, but I couldn't really remember, but I knew I'd seen her name before. The lady, she commented, can you do a reading on Maleah Davis? And the name was stuck in my head, you guys. And I was like, this is a child, right? Like, I've seen her name before, like the news and everything. I've seen that before. I'm like, I heard this name before. Why is this name stuck in my head? And then I kept seeing visions of her name, and I'm like, why is her name stuck in my head? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to make a checklist, and I'm going to have to make a list of the people that I actually want to do. And I decided to do her because when I finally got into it, because you guys know, sometimes I take my time on really researching who the person really was so I could basically compare my information. But I was like, wow, it makes sense on why I was seeing her name so much, or why it was just stuck in my head, because of the whole thing that happened to her. So let me just get into the reading, because yeah, so basically she's a 4-year-old girl who went missing a while ago. I'm not too sure on when and the specific names and dates and all that other stuff, because as y'all can see from throughout my reading, I didn't really want to Google much. No, actually I did read it at the end of my reading when I was done with the reading, and I actually wanted to read the whole thing, but it was just like, wow, you know, as I was reading, things were starting to make sense, and I was writing that down too, but I was just like, wow. Like, basically, I think this happened when I was at college. I'm not sure, but it happened a long time ago. But after I read her name, I basically wrote her down in my book. I didn't know how to spell her first name, so I just wrote down Davis and 4 years old. That's all I really needed. And that's when I saw these red bruises on her legs. Like, it was just these various red marks on legs of a light-skinned child. And I was like, so I just wrote that down. And then that's when I was really thinking about which case I really wanted to do, because like I told you at the time, I didn't know specifically who she was, but I was like, I don't know if I want to do her case or not. Maybe I should do something more like where people are actually going to watch it and pay attention to it, you know, because when I do smaller cases, you guys watch it, but it's not, you guys don't really pay attention to it as much as the cases that you guys really wanted to see. So I was like, maybe I should do maybe something different. But then that's when I thought to myself, it's not about doing what's popular amongst other people. It's about really doing what's right, regardless if it's a small case or something that seems insignificant to other people. But if it seems like it's right to me, then I should do it regardless. But and then that's when I had a vision of what Princess Diana said. And I also wanted to channel Princess Diana so bad, but I feel like her family would just be on my ass. Because ooh, the things I say in my on my readings. But I basically had a vision of something that I watched of her a while back, and the basic message of it was that she wasn't widely accepted as a queen. Well, her people wouldn't accept her as a queen because she didn't do what was normal to them. She basically said, well, someone has to help them. If they don't want to step out of their position and help, someone needs to. And after I said that about myself, that's what I saw. So it's just certain things that resonate, that I think are genuine, that I just want to mention. You guys, I'm editing this and my bed hair is just hilarious. 6 minutes into the video, so let me scurry on. Then that's when, remind you, I really didn't know like who this girl was, but I saw her head turned this way, and I saw the dark hair, and it was a light-skinned child, and she was bigger, like she looked her age, and I saw two bubbles. I pause like that because this is hard to talk about and describe, but I saw a bigger bubble and a smaller bubble, but I saw like bubbles from her spit coming out of her mouth. And then that's when I thought to myself, remind you guys, I literally, all I had at this moment was the name. And that's why it's emotional for me and my voice keeps cracking and stuff. Because I really just had the name, and I know some people won't believe me when I actually tell them the truth. It's like, are you dumb or incoherent? Because I literally tell you the truth, exactly how it happens. And they're like, she's lying. But, and then I see the words unsupportive friends. That's the second time I saw that word. But it's okay. You know, Spirit's just making me have realizations about things. But whatever. So let me just continue. And then that's when I saw the words. No, it didn't happen like that. Let me just read it. But you guys know I write down my questions, but I was writing down, where did the bruises come from? And then that's when I saw the words, her father. You guys, no lie, I thought it was tripping. I'm like, could this be for another spirit? This is a little bit too early. But if y'all already know the case, then you would understand why it shocked me as well. But then that's when I saw the words news, exactly how I wrote it on my paper. And I like to show you guys, because when I see it exactly how I wrote it on my paper, it's like bringing the vision to life. I kind of like double wrote on it, because sometimes when I'm channeling, you can see certain words that's darker than others, but it's just me going over it as I'm like zoning out and doing the reading. News. It was exactly like that in the corner of my paper. And then that's when I was like, you know what, Deanna, stop being stubborn and Google who this little girl is. So then that's when all I did, I Googled the name. I should have screenshotted it so I could insert the little thing to show you exactly what I Googled. But that's when I was reminded, oh, this is that little girl. And I was like, wow, so it makes sense on why it's her father. And remind you, I don't really remember everything that happened, but things started to make sense in the reading, and you guys are going to realize that as I continue. But then that's when I wrote down that I recalled seeing this little girl before, and then that's when I saw a map. It kind of went straight like that. I don't know what this is in resonance to, but I saw a map. Maybe it's where the stepfather went, or a part of the path, or whatever it may be. I just saw that map. Then that's when I saw the words kidnapped, and then I'm thinking like, this is her father though. her stepfather. But then that's when it made me think about how she may have felt about the situation, because I also saw something that I want to say later that I should say now, but basically I saw the words hostage mine, and I saw the hands put together. And I'm going to explain this more later in my reading because I saw other things. But when I see the words kidnapped and then seeing the words hostage mine, it makes me think of where she was mentally, how she felt. That's why I really wanted to emphasize how she felt. And then that's when it really hit me, and I'm writing down, literally, I'm writing all this down. And it's like, is this the case where her dad puts her in the trash can after her mom left? Because then that's when I wrote down the fact that I'm saying this because I have a vision of that exact very moment. And then I like to point things like that out because it's not just me remembering, it's me seeing, and then spirit. It's basically spirit showing me a realization of what happened, you know, like, Diana, remember this, you know? Some things are hard to talk about, but when I was writing the fact that I was having a vision of that moment, I saw someone holding her, and basically how I saw it was she's on this side of their body and they're standing up holding her, but her head is kind of laid down on their shoulder-ish, but on their body. I mean, she's not that tall, so it's kind of like on their arm, and that's how I see it. And then when I was writing this down, I was writing vision of someone holding her, cut off by hearing the words, it makes sense. And then that's when I finished describing my vision about which position her head was in. I'd be scared to rip my own pages. And then that's when I kept seeing the deep bruises on her legs, but specifically the right one. That's how I saw her legs position. Kind of like with the knee up, but laid out, like how I drew it. And I kind of take my time with things. That's why it kind of gives me anxiety to do it in person. I mean, I've done this in person plenty of times, but it's just, I just do certain things. Like when I'm writing over certain words, I like to take my time. And, you know, even if I'm just drawing certain things, like me doing this on the side of my page, a little line right there, is little boxes that I took time to do as I was channeling and asking questions. But that's little things I do that I kind of don't want people to peep me doing, like, oh, like what is she doing? But I was doing that, and I was erasing the imperfections on my drawing. And then that's when I saw another baby. And when you read the news, it all makes sense, but I saw a baby boy, and I was really getting confused because I was thinking, like, maybe I should ask them when I do my reading. But he looked like a baby to me. Not like an infant, but like a baby that you could hold. Oh my God, I hate it when, I just hate living in, because as you guys can see, I don't live in the same room, but right here you just hear all these type of noises that you don't hear. And I'm like, man. But sorry, it's just certain things throw me off and take my attention away. But like I was saying, if you watch the news, then you will understand. But when I was erasing certain parts of my imperfections, I saw a baby boy, and I was wondering, like, did the mom have a child or something like that? Really confused because of the fact that when I was searching this, I can feel them listening to me. And it's weird because I just feel like I should start this reading over because I get this anxiety, and I don't like it when I know people's listening to me. I was thinking, like, is it the mother that has this baby? Like this baby boy that I'm seeing? I didn't see the face, but I saw from the neck down. And what he had on was blue, and that's how I knew the gender. But I'm like, whose baby is this? And then that's when if you search it, you see that the father has, I think they said he was 3. But as I was looking at the news, I looked at 2 news articles at the end. One was talking about that the child was 1 at the time. The other was talking about that the child was 3. I don't know how old this child was, but I saw what looked like a maybe like a 1-year-old. But then that's when Spirit showed me that the beach picture, and then the beach picture. Right after that picture, I saw like her head was turned this way, and I wanted to draw it, but I can't draw, and I think that's kind of graphic for YouTube. But I saw her head turned this way again, same type of hair, but what I saw was like bruises along her face here, and just Spirit was pointing out this side of her face. And then that's when I was thinking, I want to read it exactly how I wrote it because, but I was thinking what did, and then that's when I saw the words rape, and then that's when I saw the words accusations and her. And then that's when I finished my sentence. Thinking what did he do to her to cause such, and then that's when I was cut off by the words believe her, and then I finished the word damaged. But thinking what did he do to cause such damage? But you guys heard the words I said in between, so I don't really have to explain it. But I promise you guys, at this point in my reading, like I write down where it's actually on my 3rd page at the bottom, but I write down exactly where I'm reading things at. But I didn't read anything about this case. Remind you, this happened a long time ago. I do not remember specifics on what happened in this case. All I know is the parts that really stuck in my mind. The fact that after seeing her picture, it kind of flooded to me. The fact that it was her father, her stepfather. The fact that her mom was away for something. And the fact that he cleaned the heck out of the house, and him moving that trash can out of the house. Like there's a video clip of it, and that's a specific part that stuck in my head. So when I saw the pictures of her, it was like, it kind of threw me back. I'm tired of explaining myself, actually, so let me just continue the reading. And then that's when I wrote down my question, like, was this random abuse or frequent? And I wanted to write it like that so Spirit can pick which one, like random or frequent. But then that's when I saw the word sad life, exactly how I wrote it up at the top. That's how Spirit showed it to me. Guys, excuse my quarantine nails, but that's how Spirit showed it to me. And I wrote it down. But as I was writing down, I didn't want to just leave it there because I knew I was going to continue the reading. So I wrote it back down here. And as I wrote it down, I saw a word went over the word frequent. And that's when I wrote down sad life frequent. So it did happen frequently. And when I was reading the news, it just started to make me sick to my stomach. Because it was just like, wow, she's a 4-year-old girl. Brings tears to my eyes. She's just so vulnerable and fragile, and to think that all this is happening to her. And then that's when I saw the words toxic relationship, and then that's when I the part that I mentioned in the beginning of my reading that I wanted to wait until this moment, but then that's when I wrote down that Spirit brought me back to seeing the words hostage mind, and this is what I saw. That's her hands, and that's not like behind her is the body. But those are ties around the hands. And they look like clear plastic ties. Like they were like thin ties. And then that's when I saw the words beaten. And then that's when I saw the words powerful visions. And then when I wrote down the words beaten, I saw the words caused. And that's why you see the words caused up here. Well, I think you can see it. I'm not sure. But I wrote down the words caused right there. Because after seeing the words beaten, that's immediately what I saw, referring to her bruises in the situation of her, the hand ties or whatnot. Feeling restricted. I paused like that. I didn't want to leave that little awkwardness in there, but I paused like that because I wanted to leave this out, but I did see what looked like the body in the trunk of the car, but it was in a hurdle position with the hands exactly the same as I saw tied here. And it kind of makes me think of, I don't know, it's just what I saw. It's kind of like seeing her body like that in a dark room, but you know which area of the room it is in. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can describe it. Then that's when I saw the words mom knew. And then because I was thinking about when the abuse started and I saw the words mom knew. Can you guys hear that? Or is it just me? Because I feel like I'm snapping for no reason. But can you guys hear that? But I saw the word suffocate after that. That's why I'm thinking about redoing this reading, because I don't like how certain things are just interrupting the reading, like the pause breaks and things like that. I don't like that. But I really don't want to re-record this. I'm gonna just have to edit the crap out of it, because then that's when I saw the word suffocate. Now I want to read it like this. I was thinking of her cause of death, and I was thinking that it's probably from what he did to her, concerning the bruises and the words hostage mine. But I saw the word suffocate, and then that's when I thought to myself, why did he do it? And then that's when I saw the words mom knew. And then that's when I was thinking he probably felt cut off by the words, and then did I see this or did I just write it down? I don't know, but I think I did see this, but trying to finish my sentence and then seeing the words comfortable. But I was cut off by the orbs going over the words beaten and bruises as I was writing. Why did he do it? Cut off by seeing the words mom knew, thinking he probably felt, and then seeing the words beaten and bruises. Because beaten and bruises is on this page. And I'm on this page. But then after that, I really think I seen the word comfortable, because I really remember it like that. But then that's when I saw the words bleeding and took virginity. And then that's when I wrote it down how I was feeling, but I was just really thinking, like, I hope that this is one of the things that Spirit is just wrong about, like the bleeding and the took virginity thing. But it's like that part of me deep down knows. But this is the part that makes me sad. Oh, sorry guys, I hate my life. But and I'm not just saying that to seem prissy or anything. I can't wait till I move out. Oh, man. I can't wait till I move out. It's just my environment, man. My environment. So when I do readings like this, I deeply understand. Like, I feel bad that they're in these type of situations, because, man, my environment. You guys, I really want to do my reading over. This is so, like, this makes me want to cry, because I'm such a introverted person. And it's like, you guys, I just want peace of mind. Like, I really just want peace of mind. It makes me want to cry, because there's so many things I haven't told you guys. And it's just like, you know what? Forget it. Let's do it without the glasses, because I have water on my glasses. But, I don't know. Just certain things that happen, just like the noises and stuff, it just made me overthink. It reminded me where I am. I try so hard not to show you guys that, but sometimes it's like it's overwhelming. But now this reading looks all forced, because I want to get through it, and it's like 28 minutes now. But listen, as long as Spirit understands me, as long as Spirit understands why I'm crying during the middle of my reading, as long as the person that it matters to understands, then listen, we're all good in the hood, okay? Where was I? That made me feel better. But I was thinking about, let's just start over, because seeing the word suffocate, thinking about why he did it, seeing that the mom knew and allowed it. Well, especially when Spirit put an orb over the words frequent, and then seeing the words mom knew, it just definitely red flags, you guys, red flags. But and then having orbs go over the words beaten and bruises, seeing words bleeding randomly, and then seeing the words took virginity, and then me wanting to question myself but knowing the truth. And that's why I should read it. I should read everything, because I see the words that I saw on my last page of believe her. I'm gonna just read it like how I wrote it. I know it probably won't make sense, but hey. Covered, and then that's when I wrote down I see a white sheet, and then I saw a mop. Like, the details of the mop would be like brown, used, one of those, it was just like an older mop with like a plastic handle. And you know how it would be white? It was a little brown, like it was old and used. I see fingerprints. I know that's weird, but I do see fingerprints. Like 4 fingerprints. And then that's when I was thinking about the first things that he did after. That's why I brought it up, the words covered and then seeing a mop, because I was thinking about the first things he did after killing her. But as I was writing that down, I saw the words her car, and I saw a car in all black. It was a black background and a black car. It didn't have any color. I just saw the headlights and the fact that the front of the car was a round shape. And then I was wondering if what she went through was quick or agonizing. You understand that type of question. It's just the time span, like, and then that's when I saw the words hours. I swear, some things you're just not ready for. And then that's when I saw the words say goodbye, and I thought that maybe she was like trying to close off the reading, but then that's when my mom came in the house a little bit afterwards, so it made sense because she had to give me something. And then that's when I'm actually done with the reading, but I'm Googling it to read the news, you know, those 2 articles I mentioned. And then that's when I was actually downstairs when I saw this part, but I saw the word scared and the word afraid, and I saw her with her hand in her mouth like this. You know how kids do that, and they're like you know, like but I saw that twice, but I saw it later in my reading. And I was writing down that Spirit shows me his mugshot and the knot on his head and the words beat. So I guess Spirit is acknowledging that he did kind of get karma for it, but in my eyes, until he experienced what she experienced to a certain degree, rather if it's 50 years, then I don't think beating him does any type of justice. Because her life was taken away and she was only 4 years old. And considering the things that happened to her, it's just terrible. Especially seeing the words hours. Do you know what type of pain she would have had to be in for hours? And especially seeing the word suffocate. And at that moment, you guys, I felt like I was gasping a little bit. And I didn't write that down, but just in that moment, I felt like it was hard to breathe. Like for at least 30 seconds. I wrote down that I was reading the news and it reminded me that he had a 3-year-old son. And some things was really taking me back, like the news reminding me of certain aspects of the case. And then that's when I was thinking about where her body was. And then I saw searchmen. And then when I saw the words go deeper. Because I see them going downhill and seeing the words go deeper. And then her body's already been found, by the way. Well, they stated that her body's already been found. But just for those who may be new to her case. And then after reading the website, I'm just reading to you guys my thoughts and my questions. But after reading the website, wondering why she was sick, because if you're familiar with her case, you would see that she had a brain surgery. Basically, what I saw was a blood clot, and then that's when I saw a brain scan, and then that's when I saw like a black, like this big black patch in her brain scan, and it made me think immediately that it was fluid or something covering it. And remind you guys, I was reading the website, so I'm on Google, and I go back to just her name search, and I'm looking at the pictures. I'm just on the home screen, and then that's when, because I have I'm saying that because I had a vision of the needle in her hand, and the third picture after her 2 pictures of her being in the hospital in that bed after her brain surgery. Looking at her picture, honestly, I saw the words fell asleep, and also that maybe she had sensitive skin or something, but it's something about the details in the texture of her skin. Like how people have bumps on their skin, like skin irritation or something, but it was like that. But seeing the words that she felt, it was just things that I was seeing back to back. But it wasn't really significant, but I don't know. When I saw the little needle in her little hand, and then staring at her picture and seeing the words fell asleep, it was just such raw emotions. Because let me just end the reading, you guys, because it's really just this one last thing that I saw in the beginning of my reading that I didn't want to mention, because I didn't know if it was the fact that he drug her or something and just made her, like, that's why I saw that patch of her hair missing right here. But this is basically what I saw. But it makes sense now that she had a brain surgery. And when I was coming back into my room, because remind you, even if I'm done with the reading, I could still be getting like certain visions. But I was coming back into my room knowing that I'm about to do this reading, and I saw the word scared reporting her, and that's the second time she did that lip thing. But yeah, you guys, that's the end of my reading. I think it's a sad case. I just really wish they would stop talking so loud when I'm recording a video for possibly thousands of people, screaming their personal information. But I just wish this reading could have went 10 times differently, because it did not go how I expected it to go. I wanted things to be a lot more clear, a lot more. I wanted to explain myself better, because I know I can be thrown off and I can forget easily, especially with like seeing things. When you see things from spirit, the memory never really lasts. But some things, it's just like you're seeing it, you're picking up these energies for a variety of people. It's like it enters your mind and then it leaves just as quick. But you'd be like, oh my God, how can you? I know people are probably wondering, like, how can you have a vision of something and then just not remember it? But sometimes it happens like that. Like, I can't remember certain things that I saw before. I mean, some things I do remember because they're so strong. Like, just certain vivid things, certain details that may be a little scarring. But I remember things like that. But certain things I just probably won't remember. So, especially if I'm reading comments and I'm going back on an old video, you guys will probably see me commenting that I'm rewatching the video, because I really don't remember. Some things might hit me, but I don't remember. Like, I just can't remember. But yeah, that's the end of my reading, you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really do think that the mom has some type of involvement, because when you read, I read 2 posts. One was I know one article was from New York Times, I think, and it mentioned that the lawyer dropped the mom's case because she just seemed so, she wasn't remorseful. She was crying in front of the news cameras, but she was never showing that type of emotion behind the camera. You would think for a mom that's grieving, I would be crying and I would be a little bit depressed, especially. And when I first saw this case, it was like, I don't understand how. My first thoughts was, this can't be something new to her, because he felt way too comfortable taking it to the extent of killing her, or just, you know. And when I didn't mention this, but when I saw the thing about her brain scan, I actually I had to watch a video for someone to tell me what was wrong with her head. And it was multiple instances, I think about 2, but I remember one, it was saying she fell off something and hit her head and scratched her forehead or something, but it was the one where there was blood in her brain, you guys. And last time they had to remove like half of her skull just because of the damage that she has sustained from being beaten or whatever has happened to her. And all that is news to me because, like I said in the past, I don't remember all the details of the case or even what the girl looked like for real. It's just me basically going off of visions. But I feel like I'm jabbering, and I have some things to do today. So that's really the end of my video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I just think it's sad what's happening to these little girls, especially for people who are in vulnerable situations. They may not be able to immediately get out, or maybe experiencing prolonged abuse for years of their lives, or may still even be in that situation now, because not even for children but for women as well. Because I was walking down the street going to the store, and this was during the coronavirus pandemic, and this woman is screaming, and I'm like, yo, why is this lady screaming? Like, I was just like, yo, shut up. But I just remember hearing like, why'd you hit me? Why'd you hit me? And it's like, some people are really going through this right now, you know. And also with that, if you're in an abusive relationship, do not stay. Because if you stay, that's the same. The weight of you risking your life in both scenarios is probably about the same. So I would just get up on out of there. Not even to laugh, but that's a serious situation, because I know a few. But get up on out of there. It's not that good to be staying. You know what I'm saying? The money's not that good. It's not that good. You need to get up on out of there and stop being a little HOE. Let me stop, because stop being a little thoughts and get up on out of there. My God, because people stay for the dumbest reasons, you know, and they put their children through bullcrap. They put their children through traumatic experiences just because they don't have the strength to leave that relationship that they know that they could have got out of. And that's why y'all brothers and y'all family members don't want to handle the situation for y'all no more, because y'all always going to go back. And I remember too personal, but yeah, it's just certain things just blows my mind, and certain instances could have been avoided. Like Maleah's case, for example, if CPS would have just stepped in when her mom first took her to the hospital for some damages, they should have been stepped in or even looked into the case, because it was something about, I just remember, because Spirit throws it back in my head, but it's the date on that paper that they showed me in the video was something, the 3rd something, and someone reported abuse and neglect. It was like a 3-minute video, but that just popped into my head. But y'all should have been on to that case. People are so choosy in this world. It just blows my mind. But I already said like, comment, subscribe like 3 or 4 times. But that's just the end of my video, you guys, because things just blow my mind, you know. But also, now that I think about it, I think certain things were hitting me more emotionally because I am on my menstrual. So excuse me crying, you know, because that's a little awkward. Certain things I said that I personally wasn't ready to share, and I don't know if I want to edit it out or not, because it's raw, it's true, it's genuine. But yeah, And remember, you guys, I made another channel. Make sure you go subscribe. This is the name I'm about to say is the name for everything on every platform. Frequencyscollection. Make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, all that. Get your 25% discount. Get your 10% discount. Just go subscribe to my other channel, because I have finally started a business and I wanted to show a different side of my life besides what I do on YouTube here. I mean, obviously if I'm making a video on my other channel and I just see a vision, I'm not just gonna edit everything out. You guys are going to get a part of me in that channel as well. But I wanted to record normal things that happen in my life, things that I wanted to talk about on here, but it didn't really seem appropriate at the time, you know, because there's a certain time and places to talk about things. And I feel like people get so irritated when I just, because sometimes I forget the severity of what I'm talking about, because I do this on a regular basis and people are like, oh my God, she's laughing. Oh my God, she's so inappropriate. She can't be a human being. She cannot have feelings. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But people just make me so mad when they feel like I should be a robot. Of like, people try to put me into their box or try to condense my personality, or like try to get me to do my readings a certain way. But if you don't like it, baby, I never asked you to be a part of my channel. You just came and clicked because you were being nosy, or you actually cared about the case. No one told you to come up on my channel and be a negative Nancy, because you just, half of these comments that I see that are negative are repetitive offenders. You guys, they just come back and do it all over again. And the worst part about it is, I've seen people sneak diss me on their channels, and it kind of got to me. But this happened like 2 years ago. But it got to me because this one guy, his name was something Prophet or something like that. And being so heavily involved into my spirituality, like I was, meditating every day for hours, watching him was like reading the Bible or something. Like, it was my, it was a I don't know. It was just, he talked a lot about scripture and things like that and prophecies. And to randomly pick one of his videos and to hear that he's talking about me, someone that comments on his channel that he probably didn't see, someone that actually supports him and believes in the word that he's talking about. He's talking about me. He didn't say my name, but he's talking about me, a female who was most likely 16, 17 years old. Probably 16 years old, talking about me. I'm like, wow. And I watched this man's channel. His profile was like a lion or something. I think it's still a lion, but he talks about a lot of godly stuff. But I'm like, wow, he's talking about me. When he said the girl crying with the scarf, he just said too many little details that was about me. And I'm like, no, he didn't. And I watched this man. I actually listened to this man, and he's talking, he's throwing dirt on my name, telling, just trying to make me seem like this type of demonic person. And I'm like, boy, do you know I watch the same things that you watch? And then this other person, he thought it was okay to just make a full-length video talking about me, talking about how I was a fake. Do y'all know how y'all look getting up on here making these videos talking about how I'm a fake? Boy, listen. I don't even know what to say on that. You guys already know what I'm doing. I'm just talking to you guys like I always do. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And come back for more videos. Like I said, check out my other channel. There's different kind of content there. If you do like what I do, or if you are a fan, make sure you comment different video ideas, etc., etc. I am reading all of my comments. I pay attention to everything, you guys. And yeah, just peace, love, and light. Have a good night, good morning, wherever you are. Peace.